So I'm Jarod Sadler. I am from Huntsville, Alabama originally. Been in Mount Juliet, Tennessee for about 12 years. Absolutely love it. I've been in real estate, had my business now for just a touch over 4 years. I've closed 125 homes approximately in that time frame. So I think roughly around 55 million in business. Solo agent, I'm not a team. I do have some supporting pieces around me. I've got a TC, I've got an admin, a little bit of digital marketing help, but largely, when it comes to client facing, I pretty much carry the mail. So I got into the business when the business was really good. Everybody kind of remembers the back half of 2020, which is really when I got licensed and kind of got my start. But 2021, when the market just exploded, the first half of 22, the business, I don't want to say that it came easy, but when I got into it, there was plenty of fish, biting, if you will. So I didn't have a big challenge of actually getting business, but what I've found most challenging is learning how to manage it all as you grow and you scale. That's probably been the biggest challenge for me and I tell young agents that I work with that they just want a deal. They want to take a buyer to see a home, or they want to put a sign in the front yard and get a listing. So they want the noise to come, so to speak. When it comes, you've got to be ready for it, or that's when that burnout factor can come, because you'll find it's difficult to be all things to all people at all times, but you got to try. So the reason I moved to Keller Williams in particular was because my business had reached a point where I had to learn to leverage if I was going to continue to scale and grow. Because once the word gets out on you that, hey, he's a good real estate agent and he works really hard and he did a great job for us, then you'll find word of mouth is your not only your cheapest, but your best form of marketing. It's your warmest leads. And so when the noise starts to come, I was at a point where I had to learn how to leverage, or I wasn't going to be able to sustain the business that I had, let alone grow it. So I did enough research on Keller Williams as a company. It's an enormous brand that has awareness among anybody that has knowledge of real estate. But what I didn't realize was the models that are in place and the structure that they had in place and the tools and the resources that were available as a part of Keller Williams that were a part of joining up. So for me, just for example, like right now, I'm laying out my plans for 2025, how I'm going to grow and how I'm going to scale, what are my goals, and what I didn't know in my first few years in the business is, okay, there's somebody's been there and they've done it before me, and they've laid all this out and they've overcome all these challenges that I'm going through right now. Why do I need to reinvent the wheel? I just need to rip off and duplicate and learn from them, and it's all there. So I'm structuring. Okay, how many deals do I want to close next year? How many appointments is it going to take for me to get the amount of contracts I want, to get the amount of closings that I want to be able to reach those goals? So and then you flip over to the lead generation model. What are my lead sources going to be, and how's that going to all design and flow together? And then the budgeting model. Those are all things that I didn't have that I'm learning now to put in place to be able to grow a predictable, sustainable business for years to come. For the future for me is I am intently passionate about selling real estate in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. We moved up from Alabama 12 years ago. I absolutely love Mount Juliet. I love Wilson County. So it's my desire to be a hyper-local expert and a go-to for somebody who wants to buy a home in Mount Juliet or wants to sell a home in Mount Juliet, and to be able to do that I say this humbly, but give myself an opportunity to do business with anybody who wants to buy or sell real estate in my area. Again, I've got to learn those disciplines and those structures. I would tell anyone who's looking to grow their business, scale their business, improve the efficiency of their business, feel free to reach out to me. I was kind of in that same spot. out to where I knew that I wasn't meeting my potential, but also knew that I didn't understand, how to get, as the old saying goes, what got you here won't get you there. So if you're in that same spot and you want to see your business go from here to here, and you just need support on linking that together, give me a call. I'm happy to talk with you about how I came to this decision, the research I did, things to consider. I highly recommend Keller Williams. It's been great for me.